I'm going to talk to you about what has running a community kitchen in the pandemic taught us. Whether it is our life or our marriage, a lot of life has happened around the table. Even in the first year of our marriage, we have hosted a lot of people almost every week. We would travel and return to the table. Office stories, life stories, whether it's the home group stories or the games, whether it's the stories that broke us or the stories that meant us. We were somehow drawn to the table. We would cook for at least 15 to 20 people and gather around the table. Hospitality meant creating that safe space for people to come in.
The pandemic broke, we had safe shelter, we had security, we had abundance of food. Some of the changes that we made were meetings across the table were now across screens. But hundreds of people and thousands of people were on the streets in hunger and thirst. We felt that God was stirring our hearts and asking us to be hospitable. And I remember the story that we read where Abraham invited travelers into his tent, who showed up at his tent, and he provided them a place to rest. He provided them water, he provided them nourishing food, and he greeted them warmly, and he shows them hospitality. And we felt that God was asking us to extend hospitality outdoors, and that's how Meals for Community began. We didn't know how to run a large community kitchen, but we knew how to run large projects, and I think we kind of put those systems initially in place, some processes, some timelines, just time management and schedules, and we offered the little that we had, and God turned it into abundance. We didn't know how long, and it was just two of us, and we didn't know who's gonna be with us, but God gave us our own tribe who believed in the same thing and went out of their way, generously blessing us. Every single time we came across people from different faith, different backgrounds, different culture, who not only thought about themselves but thought about everyone else who needed food and water, and in any way they could serve, and people went and supported us in serving. And we felt that miracles were possible even in the midst of storm. Some of the stories and some of the people and some of the families that we met every single day, the suffering grew bigger, and we would break, but God gave us people who would strengthen us, who would pour into our lives emotionally, physically, in so many different ways. And I'm so thankful because I know that it all happened over meals. It all happened over Meals for Community, and something that we didn't know, but that is something that taught us to be hospitable. That is something that taught us that miracles can happen, that in the hard places we can be fruitful.
We are grateful to every person who's been part of this journey, who's from different background, different culture, different nationality, different faith. Across borders, you have shown a glimpse of who God is. It is because of you we were able to serve more than 45,000 meals. It is because of you that the food that has gone out of the community kitchen not only served the people who are homeless, but also it served people who are from different sectors like drivers, construction workers, migrants, people whose family member were hospitalized, people who are suffering from prolonged illness, people who can't afford to have cooks, people who are grieving, and people who don't have it all together.
We couldn't have done this without you. We couldn't have done this without the love, the care, the hope, and the inspiration that each of you are. We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We want to bless you for the way you have blessed us. We want God to bless you in immeasurable ways. We know that it's hard, and a hunger pandemic is not going to get over today or maybe in some time, we know we'll make it through it. And we know that hope is going to continue to win, love is going to continue to win, and hospitality is going to grow stronger and deeper. And we are so grateful and we're so thankful that hope is growing in the hardest of times, and that you have been our army of hope and love and everything else that we need. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. Thank you so much for encouraging us, for praying for us, for pouring into our lives. We couldn't have done this without you.